All right, welcome back to There Is No America Without Erica, and we all need a little Erica in our life. You know what scares the hell out of me? Not AI, not ChatGPT, not Claude. It's a number of people who think these things are protected like they're talking to their lawyer. They're not. Everyday people dump their deepest secrets into AI. Marriage problems, financial problems, medical problems. And if you're watching Serious Firearms, ATF questions, NFA questions, machine gun questions, pistol brace, legal. I have this part. What if I did this? You guys are literally building evidence against yourself because nobody ever explained how discovery actually works. Before I ruin somebody's week, if you're looking for emergency gear instead of legal problems, check out onlytechnicalfans.myshopify.com. We've got MREs, cat tourniquets, trauma gear, survival equipment, stuff that actually is useful instead of becoming Exhibit A in court. Now, let's talk about why lawyers are suddenly paying attention to AI. People keep treating AI like it's a diary or therapist or your lawyer. And I'm laughing because if you think about it, it really is. Psychologically, that makes sense. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't interpret you. It doesn't roll its eyes. It'll answer literally everything. So people start trusting it. Then they forget one very important thing. The legal system doesn't care how the conversation felt. It cares that the conversation exists. Here's how discovery works. If you sue someone, if someone sues you, if you're under criminal investigation, if your conversations become relevant, the other side gets to ask for them. Not because they're curious, because that's how discovery works. Emails, text messages, Slack, Discord, Signal, search history, and now AI conversations. Courts are increasingly treating them exactly the same way. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking. I'll just delete the chat. Congratulations, now you're potentially created another problem. Deleting evidence after litigation starts or when you reasonably expect litigation is called spoliation. Judges absolutely hate that. If the court believes you intentionally destroyed relevant evidence, best case, you lose credibility. Worst case, the judge assumes that the deleted evidence would have hurt your case. Deleting things doesn't magically make them disappear. Sometimes it just makes you look guilty. Then there's something lawyers call pretext. This is where people get absolutely smoked. Let's say publicly you claim, oh, I fired him because of performance. But privately, you spent weeks asking AI how to manufacture a reason to fire him. Guess which version the judge believes? The one with receipts. That's exactly how AI conversations are becoming such valuable evidence because people hype what they're actually thinking. Not what they eventually tell the court. One federal case involved a man under criminal investigation. He started using AI to organize his defense. He entered information about his case. He entered advice from his attorney. He asked AI how to respond, how to change strategy, how to prepare documents. His lawyer later argued those conversations should be protected by attorney-client privilege, which they should. The judge said, nope, attorney-client privilege protects communications with your attorney, not communications you voluntarily had to a third-party AI platform. Those logs become evidence. His defense strategy became visible, exactly the opposite of what he intended. But if you think about it, they can still listen in on your phones and get any information. It doesn't just have to be AI, because I know for a fact they were listening on my husband's cases for some of it. But anyways, then you got the corporate world. This one is wild. Executives at a gaming studio had contracts promising enormous bonuses if the next game succeeded. The parent company CEOs apparently was thrilled about writing those checks. Instead of asking corporate counsel, he allegedly asked ChatGPT, how do I pressure these executives? How do I put them out? How do I create cause to terminate them? AI reportedly laid out a strategy. Then the company allegedly followed it. When the lawsuit started, guess what got requested during discovery? The ChatGPT conversations. Even deleted chats became part of the fight. According to the allegations, the court compared the AI strategy with what actually happened and concluded the stated reasons for termination were pretextual. That's devastating evidence. Now, let's bring this back to why all of you are here. Firearms. I understand why people ask AI. Lawyers cost hundreds of dollars an hour. Federal gun laws are confusing. ATF changes positions every other Tuesday. It feels harmless. I'll just ask ChatGPT, but here's the problem. If you're describing an ongoing investigation, explaining something you've already built, trying to figure out whether something crosses the legal line, or asking how much trouble am I in, you're creating a written record. Maybe nothing ever happens. Hopefully nothing ever happens, but if it does, don't be shocked when someone wants those conversations. So here's my rule. If you wouldn't want an assistant, a U.S. attorney reading it out loud to 12 jurors, don't type it in AI. It's really that simple. Use AI to learn history. Use AI to understand Supreme Court opinions. Use AI to compare statutes. Use AI to summarize complicated legal decisions. That's educational. That's generally low risk. But don't use AI as your criminal defense attorney. Don't use AI to workshop an active legal problem. And definitely don't use it to brainstorm ways around the law. Because if those conversations ever show up in court, you'll wish you just paid an actual lawyer. All right, speaking of making smart decisions, head over to onlytacticalevents.myshopify.com, grab some MREs, pick up a cat tourniquet, maybe some emergency gear you'll actually be glad you bought, and don't forget our Amazon storefront. If you're buying everyday stuff anyways, click through our link first. It costs you absolutely nothing, and Amazon throws us a small commission, and we greatly appreciate every single one of you. And until next video, peace.